Hello everybody, welcome, welcome. This is Jean from the Inky Studio. I hope your summer is going well. I've been away traveling like probably some of you have, but I got down last week to make this little tutorial, and this is for this cute little mini folio that's made from one sheet of cardstock. It's 3¼ by 4½, and it closes here with a little ribbon tie. I made a little tag for the front. There's a little tuck spot up there. Then on the inside, there's a tuck spot here. And there's a tuck spot up there, place to put little pieces of ephemera. There is a pocket right here. I chose to put in a signature, but you wouldn't have to put one in. You could very well just make a little notebook maybe and store it inside this section. And I have a sew and non-sew version of putting a signature in here. And then over here we have a little area where we can open up, and this is where we could store a notebook if we wanted to, or I just put in a bunch of loose ephemera to use in decorating the signatures on the inside. And this ties close. Another tuck spot over here on this fold out, and one down here. And that is this little folio. It's so cute, very simple to make. And so yeah, I have a full tutorial here for you to do so. And as a bonus, I am including on my Ko-Fi shop a page of this mini ephemera, and where you have little tags and little cards and everything in just a small size that will fit perfectly in this little folio, or you can use it, of course, in any journal. So I hope you enjoy this, and please like and subscribe if you get anything from this. I would really appreciate that. And also another note I wanted to say was I fixed the links to the scrapbook paper I used in my last project. So if you go to the last project that I did, you will find that the link now works, and I'll put that last project excuse me, down below for you to reference. So let's get started. To score it, I'm going to take my paper cutter and I'm going to remove the blade and take my stylus and do 2 inches all the way around all 4 sides of the cardstock. Of course, you can do this with a ruler as well if you don't have a paper cutter. And for the middle one, we're going to find 5½ and go back 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to find my 1/2 and go back 1/8 of an inch from that half. Put my score line down, turn my paper over, and I'm going to score on the left side of that. And again, I'm finding my 5½ and coming over 1/8 of an inch. And put a score line. So down the middle we have a 1/4 inch spine will then be down the middle of your cardstock. And after we've done that, we're just going to fold to the inside along all score lines. I'm going to go ahead and burnish them. And fold in the middle parts as well towards the inside like this. All right, so that's basically the folds or the score lines you'll be needing in your cardstock. And when we're done with this, we're going to draw some lines, and we're going to draw it just down to the first level there. We're not going to put the mark in the middle. We're just going to put the mark at the top and bottom. It's going to be, I'm just going to show you here, about 1/8 of an inch from the fold is about where you want to put your mark. And I'm going to put it in pencil, of course, and just do the outer lines there. We're not going to go all the way down, just going to stop there at that lateral fold. And we're going to do it on all places, but the middle, we're just going to do left of the spine and right of the spine. We're not doing the double ones like we do on the ends. So left of the spine, right of the spine, and then of course over here we're going to again do what we did, and that is draw the 1/8 of an inch on both sides of the fold. So this is where you're going to be putting your marks. Now we're going to be cutting along these marks, and I try to cut on the other side of the line so that when I get done cutting, all the pencil marks are going to be in that little tiny strip. If you can just see how I'm cutting on the other side of these pencil lines. I'm going to fold the larger pieces in, so we have these little dangly pieces out, and I'm going to snip them off. It's easier if you hold back those folds. And we're going to do that all the way around both sides. Now we're going to draw some angles on these outer flaps, like so. Measure from the inside to the outside, and now we have these flaps marked up like this. We'll go ahead and we'll cut away half of those flaps like this. Now we're going to ink around the whole. If you want to ink, we're going to do it on both sides all the way around, so it's all sides are inked up. Now we're going to fold it. We're going to fold the first section of the large flaps with one in and one over, and these two we will fold facing each other. And the ones on the end, you can pretty much fold them whichever way you would like to. I think in the end, I ended up folding them like so, but you could do it the opposite way. It really didn't matter that much. Whatever. And if you didn't like the flaps, you could really cut them away as well. They're going to be little tuck spots is what they're going to end up being. And there you have the journal, the way it's going to be folded up and used. And we're looking at the inside right here. So we're going to decorate it. Now I'm not going to show you how I decorate the whole journal, but if you're decorating with scraps, you might not have ones that are wide enough or long enough to put in there. So I just chose to tear them and put in a couple, maybe 3 if I had to. Just sort of tear them up and put them in to make it look kind of scrappy. The first section, you'll want to decorate that, put your decorative paper down before you make your pocket here. And so we're going to just decorate the outside of this one. And it's a little easier if I found out it was easier if I marked the white side than trying to find the mark on all that decoration. And so we're just going to do this pocket, and I am measuring it so that there's just a little border of the cardstock showing through there on the edge. You don't have to do it this way, but it's kind of the way I'm doing it. So we're ready to close our first pocket. Now the next section, you're going to be seeing all of the flap, both sides of it. So the inside and the flaps, inside and outside, need to be decorated. But we're only going to, we're not going to decorate the outside yet before we put down some ribbon or string or whatever tie you would like to use to keep these closed. So the last part to be decorated here will be the outside of the flaps. Once we get our tie down. And now we have a cute little closure for these two flaps, and inside we can store tags, we can store pieces of ephemera, uh, make up a tiny notebook to put in there or whatever. It's just a little place to put extras in. Now to do these triangular flaps, what I like to do is I like to lay the paper down right at the same place that the other paper, the foundation paper, was put down, and then draw my line and cut just a little bit deeper than the line. And then I came up with this triangle. It just was sort of easier to do it this way for me. I just thought I'd throw that in there. And of course, these don't have to be triangles. You could keep these as squares. I just thought the triangles were cute tuck spots. But you could definitely not, cut these as triangles. You could just keep them like a pocket. Now this is going to be the outside here. So I'm saving that for last, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue up these little tuck spots all the way around. And I have the pocket, my tuck spots. Everything is done now foundationally on the inside. And then the outside, I'm going to save this for last because I haven't made up my mind what I'm going to do there quite yet. So for my little mini journal, Folio, I decided to put a signature in it. And this is about 8 pages of scrapbook paper. Here's a tag. I had some waxed paper in there, just whatever I have laying around. And I put together, there's about 8 pages, I believe, in there. Now, an easy way, a non-sew method to put the signature in would be to take ribbon or twine or even elastic and just tie it around the spine snugly and then slip in your signature. And here is something that you can do and make it refillable. You don't have to use scrapbook paper. You certainly can just use plain paper to do this. And that would be really cute. But I decided to sew mine in. And I just found the middle spot on the spine and in the signature so that there wouldn't be a whole lot of overlap in the top or bottom, so I can, size it in there pretty well. And I'm just going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Put in a couple more holes, top and bottom. Now I have to say, I really struggled with this. I don't know why. I have sewn so many signatures in my lifetime, and this little guy just gave me problems. You'll see multiple holes in the back once we get going here. So I'm just going to match up the middle sections there. Now you want to make sure that the fold of your signature aligns with the middle part of your spine. And I just clip them in there. I clipped a signature to the folder so it all stays stable. And then I can go back in and I will punch those holes from the signature to the spine in a minute here as I secure the tail. So yeah, we're just going to punch in those holes and then do the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. See all my little mistakes there? I don't know. Just it even in the end, I wasn't that happy with it, but I don't know if you've ever had a project like that where you're just, you know how to do it and you've done it before, and why am I having problems? I don't know. Let me know if you have those kind of struggles once in a while. So we're just going to go ahead and tie that off a little bit. Now, what you'll want to do, even if you do the non-sew method, you're going to want to shore up that spine with an extra strip. So it just so happens that in my case, it's gonna cover up all my errors there.
Yep, see that? It's pretty bad. Anyways, you'll want to get a strip of cardstock and cover it with your decorative paper and put over that spine, even if you're doing just the tie method. That'll you really make it stronger for you. Uh, and then, I ran into a second problem. Like I say, this little project towards the end was just my mind. I don't know where my mind was. I guess I lost it. I should have put this ribbon down before I put down that strip. That would have been best, but we're just going to put the ribbon down anyways and put a new strip down. There's always some solution to some oversight you may have done or a mistake you may have done. Don't give up. There's always a solution somewhere. So we're just going to put more decorative paper over that area there. I think the tie closure is probably the best and easiest one to do for this little guy. Now you wouldn't even have to put a signature in. You could just use this as a folio. You fill it up with little tags and what have you, and you wouldn't even have to do signature, so that's really totally up to you. For the front, I cut off some of that flap and I glued down the sides to make a tuck. I mounted some lace onto some cardstock and then put in a second layer of lace. And I really did like this effect. It gave some dimension to it. And I think it also made it easy to work with, actually. Sometimes lace can be kind of fussy. And yeah, I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera. Probably not so much. Maybe if I'd held it closer, you could have. But there's like a ridge there, and it just gives it a little bit more dimension. Just makes it more interesting. I made a little tag for the front, just simple. I'm just gonna slip it up underneath that tuck spot, and it's finished. Cute little folio ready to decorate however you would like. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I so appreciate your support and you joining me through these projects that we're doing. I made a free sheet in my Ko-Fi shop, and I have little pieces of mini ephemera, and this will be perfect for this little mini journal or for any project really that you're working with. Just a little bit to get you started. Well, that's it for this time. Thanks for viewing, and we'll see you again in the next video.